How's the market going on ProfitDig?
That's going good.
Is it?
Yeah.
A lot of new customers coming in?
We've actually had we had a few dozen sign-ups here recently.
Yeah, that's great.
That is good.
Glad to see the people taking advantage of our low pricing and able to hopefully benefit them and help them make money.
I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go buy a desktop application, for.
You can use ProfitDig for 10, 15 years what it costs you to buy the other applications.
Mm-hmm. 1 month of ProfitDig is like the equivalent of filling up one of your pickup trucks, I guess.
Yeah.
For a month.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people are starting to catch on, so that's good.
What about Jerry?
Jeff, what's happening?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Man, I just saw y'all in here.
Snuck up on us.
Yeah.
Just after hours here, just having a little chat.
Yeah.
Here at the ProfitDig World Headquarters here,
Yeah.
downtown Dixon, Tennessee.
What's going on in your world?
Man, I'm just walking around with this camera. Yeah. Y'all carry
Our
on.
YouTube channel gets a lot of views, so it's
It does.
It's always good to create new content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff here. It's nice to pick his brain, the insights of the construction world. We've obviously learned a whole lot about construction and the industry over the last few years, but I haven't spent years on a piece of equipment in the field like you have.
Right.
So
Well, it's just
pretty cool.
I didn't go to school for it or anything else. It's just been what I've learned. I grew up in it. That's all I've ever known.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
I may not be politically correct all the time, but it's what I know and it's all I know.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, Jeff, we were talking earlier.
Oh, about the maintenance
Yes.
equipment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Finish what we were discussing there.
Well, I was just talking about, we've talked a lot about how to figure what your equipment costs you, for bidding projects.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd asked me, kind of what all goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of stuff taken to account. You got to take the cost of that machine first and foremost. What's the longevity of the machine? How long is it going to last you before it's got to be replaced? And that machine, if you buy it today, is going to cost you X amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 years down the road, it's going to cost you anywhere from 15 to 20% more to make that purchase. But that's not just the cost of that equipment. You've got to figure out your data cost, which replacing that equipment goes into your data cost.
Mm-hmm.
You've got fuel, you got maintenance. When I say maintenance, you got to change your oil, you got oil filters, fuel filters, air filters, mechanics, service guys that go around and do it. You've got to figure that in. You've got tracks on your machines. They've got to be replaced and maintained, sprockets, idlers, rollers. You've got tires on your dump trucks, your low boys, your equipment. A lot of your equipment have rubber tires. All that stuff has to go into account. And if you've been in business long enough, you're going to know generally how long you can get out of a set of tires. Mm-hmm. You know roughly what a set of tires for this truck's going to cost, what a set of tires for this machine's going to cost. And sometime down the road, before you buy a new set for that machine, you probably want to replace one or two or fix some flats, make some repairs. So,
Mm-hmm.
that needs to be taken into account. All that has to come into your budget on a daily basis as you're estimating your jobs.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm coming from a smaller construction guy, I realize that there is cost, associated with maintaining that piece of equipment, but I'm probably not thinking about that in terms of my overhead or markup on my bids.
Good possibility. I've talked to some of the smaller contractors in the past and contractors that are just getting started, and they look at what it costs them. They compare it to hourly rates, to what your local guy here is going to dig you a pond for or put you in a driveway, and that's not always the case. They may be comfortable with making what they're making, but that may not be what it costs you to operate. So you really got to look at what your equipment costs you and what it takes to maintain it.
Yeah. So if I'm hearing you correctly, don't work for cash flow, dig for profit.
Exactly.
ProfitDig.com.